It's the Greek Podcast. Again, we're back. Always sponsored by Tequila 512. We're in the house. Good afternoon, Mike.
The keys still work. We're able to get in.
We're still able to get in.
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. Getting ready closer and closer to football, which everybody's done. Well, here's two different things. It's so hot down here. And when's football?
And I gave you both those lines last week coming from me. So you're right. I mean, that's pretty much talk of the town right now.
It could be worse. Could be in Phoenix.
Yep, could be in Phoenix.
So Messi comes to town. It is
he does.
A huge thing. I think a lot of people thought they were wearing pink because of Barbie, but now they figured out it's not. And huge hit 2 nights.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm not a soccer fan, but I watched the first game.
Oh, you did?
Oh, absolutely, start to finish.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's just to watch the most popular athlete in the world here, you know, down the street and have that much interest. It's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, definitely
Really,
is
really
cool.
is.
He's doing a lot for South Florida, putting them on the map.
Yeah.
Unbelievable deal. Got to get his agent for my next contract because he gets paid by every team.
Yep.
Sort of like the owner down there now in Miami, David, who did the same thing when he came over here, and he got paid by every team and got a percentage of the revenue with the tickets, and also they said with all the shirts, apparel. He signed for like $6 million and ended up being $500 million.
Kind of a no-brainer if you're an elder MLS soccer player or you know, European soccer player that's at the end. Why wouldn't you come play here?
Well, when he went. Beckham, he was 31.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
a little bit younger. Messi's 36, but Messi certainly doesn't look like he's 36.
No.
Unless the competition down here is that bad compared to where he's playing, which it could be, but it's exciting regardless. And the question I have for you is, how many jerseys do you think sold in the past week?
Oh, I would say a couple million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say a couple million, I would think. They said that they're still online, you can get them, but at the stadium,
no chance.
Not a chance.
Yeah.
And they're selling them in the streets like $100 over, which is crazy. His family's down here. I think it's a good thing. It doesn't look like they can make the playoffs, though, because they're so far back.
You never know with him, but so they've had the most success that they've had all season in the past 2 games. I can tell you this, though, until the end of the year, that stadium will be sold out.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They're playing again on August 2nd.
Yeah.
They're 7,500 to 1 to win it all. It might be a good bet to
might
put
sprinkle a little bit on that.
Yeah, just put $100. Yeah, if they get hot. So, yeah, big thing in South Florida. Again, it's been a good year for South Florida. Obviously, the Panthers and the Heaters. We'll get into the Heat trade, which is still quiet right now. And obviously, the Dolphins people expect a big thing. Let's turn it over to baseball with the Marlins. I know that's your team. That's why they call you Marlin Mike. Bad second half so far.
Yeah,
Did
really
win yesterday.
Bad. Really bad. Won yesterday, split with the Rays. You know, day off tonight before they host Detroit this weekend at home. It's a very, very big series for them, and they
got to win 2 out of 3.
Yeah, they got to win 2 out of 3.
They definitely do.
Back to winning series. It doesn't matter how you do it, but they've had a really rough stretch.
And shocking.
It is, but at the same time, I mean, we talked about it, right? So the little things just aren't going their way anymore.
Yeah,
you won how many one-run games?
Yep.
They do not have a seasoned manager to kind of, you know, weather the storm.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Skip's doing anything wrong. It just is what it is. You know, but it's peaks and valleys in any season.
Sure.
And the Marlins got to kind of, you know,
bounce out of it
quick
and try to make the wild card.
Yep.
Which would be good. Who's in worse shape, Yankees or Mets?
Yankees.
You think so?
I do.
I go the other way.
The Mets at least have shown some young talent on that team. The Yankees
Mets are 18 out.
They are, but you mean for the season or for the future?
Right now, we're not talking about the future.
Yeah, I got news for you. If Aaron Judge comes back, I still don't think this Yankee team is any good.
No, but they still have a chance. They're still where they can make a wild card.
Yeah.
Mets can't.
No, the Mets are done.
Yeah.
8.5 out.
Yeah.
Going into the Nationals tonight. I mean, they're a bad team, so I don't know. The Mets are in dire straits. Future-wise, though, the Yankees are in very, very, big trouble.
One trend you're seeing in a lot of sports is that these teams like the Nationals a couple of years ago win it all, and then they slump. Rams, same thing.
Blow it up.
Yeah, I mean, which is crazy.
But it really isn't, though, because the way the contracts are now, they realize they can't afford it.
Yeah, so they let
the Padres might blow it up in this next week.
Yeah.
They can't. The owners flat said it now. They can't afford it. That's what it is.
Oh, they got too many guys.
Yeah.
They definitely, they're paying too much. Unless the Yankees might jump in there or get somebody.
Yeah.
Jeter's been pushing for Soto.
Yeah, Soto or Snell, maybe.
Oh, Snell be good. I'd rather see Soto.
Me too.
Because he's a hitter.
He's a hitter, and he's under contract for 1 more year.
Yeah, so that'd be a good thing.
Yep.
And now the Angels pulled Ohtani off.
What a horrendous decision for them.
Yeah.
You're going to let a generational talent, arguably, he might go down as one of the best baseball players ever, walk out of the building for no value.
Yeah. I guess they really believe that they got a shot with him. Maybe
and I guess,
in the last week.
They might. If they get in the playoffs, you never know in baseball. They traded for Giolito yesterday from the White Sox. He's okay. But, Trout's banged up. It just doesn't make any sense why they're going to hold him till the end of the year.
I was shocked because everything was indication they're getting, he's going.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the 12th hour, hey, he's going to stay.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. And in my opinion, it could be a franchise-changing moment for the Angels.
It might be. But the Angels don't win anyway.
No.
I mean, and they might go down to the team and have two great players that never win.
Bad franchise.
Yeah.
It could be two of the all-time greats in baseball on the same team at the same time.
And nothing.
And nothing.
Yeah, it shows you. You need more. You need a lot more.
Baseball's not a one-person sport.
It never has been.
So
Rodgers does a deal that a lot of people shake their head about. When everybody says he's on the mushrooms, he lets go. I don't care how much money he got. He lets go of. I don't care if you're Jeff Bezos, $35 million.
Yep.
He signs 2 years for $75 and says yesterday having a blast, and also says I might play a few more years.
He should have came here earlier.
It would have been great. Yeah, but he didn't.
Green Bay, if you really kind of look back at the roster decisions that ownership and GM made, they hampered him the past, 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, they went 13-3.
Yeah, they did. But, I mean, they could have gotten him some more talent on that team.
But I don't know. Did they need it at 13-3? They just did ban the playoffs.
No, they didn't win.
Yeah, I mean, that one game when they lost, the playoff game last year, they scored 7 points.
Yeah, I mean, I think
2 years ago.
He looks so happy there.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that he should have came to New York a little bit longer.
Yeah, well, he's just sad. He's in New York. He's in Green Bay cutting cheese. I mean, he's driving, 8
it's
feet.
a miserable place, too. Green Bay, Wisconsin. You have any interest in going there?
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't fly over. A game there.
No, I wouldn't fly over.
I'm just good.
No, I would maybe go to a game for the nostalgia, the Ray Niski Field and Lambeau and all that. But besides that, he's going to Taylor Swift, Rangers, Knicks, the Tony Awards.
He looks good, too.
Yeah.
All the video I've seen in camp, he looks very sharp.
Yeah.
That team's going to be very good.
They gave him a number 8 and all diamonds.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Sauce Gardner gave it to him.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Yeah.
They just have such a tough schedule.
They do.
I mean, I think if they win 10 games, they'll be lucky.
That division is brutal.
And who they're playing outside.
It's who takes a step forward and who takes a step back, right?
Yeah.
So do you see the Dolphins taking a step forward? I don't really know.
Ramsey got hurt today.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know. I hope it's not bad.
Carted off. Never like to hear that. Joe Burrow also carted off.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, so not good. But in that division, yeah, the Jets are in tough.
Well, again, I think the Jets are in, obviously everybody knows one of the toughest divisions, but it's outside who they're playing this year.
Yep.
They're playing the Niners. They're playing the Raiders. They're playing the Chiefs. They're playing the Chargers. They're playing Dallas.
Yep.
They're playing Philly. They're playing the Giants, which is always a tough game. So that to me, I mean, the division winner might be 11-5.
Might be
11-6.
Yeah, you can see 3 or 4 teams you can see maybe all of them getting in.
Yeah.
I think it's possible. No.
No, I don't think
the extra team. Yeah, it is possible.
It's possible. Yeah, it is possible.
Because it almost happened. Forget what division it was last year, but yeah, they're in tough.
I don't think New England gets it.
No, I think New England's a loser in that division.
I think it's going to be hard for them. Dolphins, like I said, we'll see what happens with them.
You've seen the reports. Belichick's reportedly on the hot seat now.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I don't either, but it's worth the conversation that if they have another bad year.
Yeah, I think with Belichick too. I think with him, it's more and more getting more on his shoulder. He hasn't won without Brady.
I don't think it's the fact. I don't think it's coaching. I think it's his general managing abilities.
Yeah, well, and they don't have a quarterback.
No,
you can't replace the guy who's one of the greatest ever with nobody.
And they did. They replaced it with nobody.
Yeah, and so I think that's what they thought. We just plug in.
I'm an Alabama football fan, but Mac Jones clearly shown that he's not, he's not starting in the league.
I thought they were going to get Cook and Hopkins.
Yeah.
I thought there was a chance, and I think there was a chance at some point, but then they decided not to.
Now, Hopkins, Tennessee.
Yeah. He's not going to win there.
No.
So it was about the money.
No. Yep.
It definitely was about the money because they said New England
was going to pay him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So he went there. Barkley signs with the Giants. Some people think it's a crazy move.
That was an awful decision
for him. They weren't giving him more, and he didn't want to miss a year, which I think is worse if you miss a year.
Yeah. I mean, we talk about Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah.
So that is definitely worse.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand the.
Now they can franchise tag him again next year.
Yeah, when that's
the only thing is that the money will go up.
Yep,
it won't be 11 million.
So it's 11. He'll probably get 20 next year on the tag.
Yeah, I don't know if it goes that high.
It goes pretty high.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Well, then he's all right.
I get the quarterback position. It usually goes $10 million.
Yeah.
Every year you tag. But it's just, I don't know. I still disagree with the decision. But yeah, you can't miss a year of football. That's one sport you just can't miss.
What cracks me up with the Giants is how it went to this far, caused the deflections and, pain in the ass to everybody. But then they signed yesterday the O-line.
Yeah.
They gave him a huge amount of money. So you couldn't give him a couple million less?
No, Greek, I just think you're seeing across the NFL now the running back position, just like a stock, is just devalued.
Yeah.
because they look at it as they can get anybody to go run the football. If they don't have an offensive line, if they don't have a quarterback or even any receiver, they're done.
And the other chance you take is Barkley is if somebody does step in, like the 49ers last year, and has a good year, it's goodbye.
Yeah, and then he's out. That's the truth. It really is. You cannot afford to have, especially with the way the cap is set up.
Yeah.
You have to have a quarterback. You have to have an offensive and defensive line. The running back position, I can get anybody to go run the football.
Yeah.
If I have those positions are good. And that's what a lot of teams are going to. And you're seeing it. It's not the Giants universally.
Everybody. Oh, no. Jacobs is in camp.
Pollard gets tagged.
Yeah.
Zeke gets let go.
Yeah.
Zeke's still unsigned. Cook is still unsigned.
Yeah. Now, Cook, there's speculation, rumors because of the situation with his girlfriend.
I think it's part of it, but I still think part of it's just the position in general.
Yeah, and I don't think they want to pay him. I think Cook's a stud. I think
too.
Wherever he goes, he might say. But you know what happens? We see it today in the last 3 days. The camp's only there a week with rookies, and now 2 days of veterans. People get hurt.
Yeah,
people get hurt. All of a sudden, the phone rings.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
I thought
quickly
that's why too. I thought that's why Hopkins should have waited.
Yeah,
because I think you never know.
So the highest paid running back in the league this year is going to be Bijan Robinson. He's a rookie.
For what team is he on?
Falcons.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but just goes to show you, like, I'll pay you on the rookie deal. After that, it's just not going to happen. That position is
what is he making?
14.
Wow. That's more than Henry?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep, 14 million.
Oof. That's a lot. No, but McCaffrey isn't getting 16?
No, Bijan Robinson's the highest paid running back in the league.
Really? Because what's the name was getting 16 million already.
I don't think he's getting that much.
Really?
We could check, but
I thought he was getting 16.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he's definitely worth it. But I mean, football, Mahomes says they're motivated by coming back and win again. He goes, we can't be a dynasty until we win 3 times. And it's a possibility.
And I believe it too.
Yeah. No, they're such a good franchise. They really are. Any reason not going anywhere.
Going to be hard to stop again this year too.
Yeah, they got some problems on defense. They lost a couple guys.
Yep.
Their one rusher sitting out. He wants more money.
Yeah. Mr. Jones.
But Mahomes is still Mahomes.
Yeah, and if you have him, just to my point, name me the Chiefs running back.
McKinney.
Okay.
And Pacheco.
Okay. That's my point. Yeah. So and then those guys can be serviced on any team in the league.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the Kansas City made it. They traded for Orlando Brown 2 years ago, solidified left tackle position. Teams are just not going to value. They have Kelsey. He is much more valuable than any running back you can get in the league.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, you look at the Chiefs that they did last year. Mahomes throws for 5,000 yards, and he loses Kyrie.
Yeah.
To me, it's unbelievable. So I think you got one of the best receivers that leaves the team, and a lot of people don't even take a step back, and Mahomes steps in. But Camp's here, which is good.
Yeah. And I think, speaking of teams to watch this year.
Hill.
Hill. Yeah. I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
Take a look at our friends up north in northern Florida. The Jags are going to be good.
Yeah, everybody says that.
Yeah, I think
they came a long way last year.
They have a great coach now. They have a great season last year. Arguably should have won the game in Kansas City.
Yeah,
and hopefully they take a step forward this year.
What a difference a year makes.
Yeah,
new coach and everything changed around.
Yep,
that thing was a blank
culture
fire.
change, and that's it.
Yeah, they get it, and then the running back's back. The defense is good.
And listen, it worked out for Philadelphia, but I still never understood getting rid of Doug Peterson up there.
No,
but it ended up working out for them. Whatever, but Doug's a great coach, and Jacksonville should be locked and loaded this year.
Yeah, Philly's an interesting story this year because they lost their offensive and defense coordinator.
Yep.
Does Hurts bounce back and have the great year he had again?
I mean, the team is really good there, so unless he's really bad himself, they should carry him a little bit.
Yeah, I think he definitely. I think Philly repeats. I think Dallas again. Dak.
Yeah, Howie Roseman did an incredible job building that team.
Oh, he did. I mean, they got a lot of kids from Georgia.
Yep.
I mean, they do well in the draft.
Yep.
And they're smart. I mean, they're a good franchise. I mean, usually there was a trend years ago where a team would lose the Super Bowl and then come back the next year. Not so much now, but I still think with Philly, they're strong.
Yeah, in my opinion, so Kansas City's betting favorite. I think Philly's got to be right behind.
Well, the AFC, I can see 8 teams going to Super Bowl.
Yeah, me too.
NFC,
just pick out of a hat.
Yeah, I could just see the Niners and Philly.
Yeah, maybe Dallas.
Maybe Dallas. Yeah, that's the third team.
But outside of that,
there's nobody.
No, it's pretty hard to find.
No.
The NFC South is really bad all the way around. New Orleans, Atlanta,
Tampa,
and Carolina, just really bad. Someone has to win the division, so look at it that way. But I don't see any other team making the playoffs out of that division.
No, Minnesota and them, no.
So you figure Philadelphia and Dallas make it out of the East. The North is also another bad division, right?
Yeah.
So Rodgers leaves. What does the kid love do?
Yeah.
Minnesota should, or Detroit will be probably the betting favorite.
Yeah, Detroit's the favorite.
Yeah. So then, the other team, the only team in the NFC that we haven't talked about is the Seahawks.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting the Seahawks to kind of build off last year.
Yeah, people talked about that. They're a good over bet. Our good friend Teddy Covers likes them, and he likes the Packers over, not to win like the division, but he thinks 7.5.
And why don't you tell us what the number is?
7.5.
Yeah, it's probably a good bet.
Yeah.
They got to go 8-9 to win that bet. So if you're a betting person, you want to play your futures. I happen to agree with Teddy, and so do you. Packers over 7.5.
Yeah, they still have very good defense.
Yeah.
And they got good backs, and they still got a couple good receivers.
Yeah, they do. And if the Love kid's any good, they'll be fine.
Yeah, they definitely will, because I think Chicago's going to be where they were.
Yep.
They might split with Detroit. They might split with Minnesota. But I think people think they're going to fall off the cliff. I think that's the biggest thing this year. They think they're going to fall off the cliff, and they think the Jets are going to just go, and the Jets might go 14-5.
Yeah.
Or 14-4, whatever it is. But Rodgers, I love. You know that for years. I still think he's in the top 5, in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, and he could step in there and just light it up.
And he very well could, and I think everybody's excited to see it.
Oh, yeah.
Opening week against Buffalo, then in Dallas the next week.
Oh, that game's going to $35 million.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. There's nothing like the NFL.
No doubt about it.
I mean, the money that they bring in on all aspects. I mean, it's just for me that I just see it, that people are just, all you hear is can't wait till the NFL comes back.
And then even if you want to talk about the NFL, it's still college football is right behind that. So football in general is just the talk of any town, especially this time of year. People start getting the itch.
Yeah.
Baseball is kind of in a spot now where it's, you lose a couple big markets in baseball,
you're done.
You have no viewership in the postseason.
No.
So if the Yankees don't make the playoffs,
they're in trouble.
We already said the Mets aren't making it.
No.
That's a huge part of the country that's passionate baseball fans.
Yeah, they got to count on the Dodgers.
Yeah.
If they don't have the Dodgers, If they don't, I mean, the Dodgers are a very good team, obviously, but if they don't have them, then they're screwed.
Yeah.
And the World Series goes on, nobody talks about it.
Yeah, but the point is, so what we're trying to say on that is you can get, Joe Schmo and Luke Smith to go play football, people still watch.
Oh, they don't care.
Yep,
they don't care. I mean, football kicks off August 26th. The team that got the most talked about in college football wasn't Georgia, it was Colorado.
Which is Colorado making the move back to the Big 12 now.
Yeah.
Which the conference thing to me is so stupid now. They should just get rid of it.
They're probably
at this point. FSU now wants to leave the ACC and is actively talking to do that. Once that happens, that's over with.
Now they go back to the Big 12. Now that's not this year though.
No, I think it's next year, or the year after.
Yeah.
Because the Big 12 now will have Oklahoma and Texas in the last. This is it.
Yeah.
I will actually be at the Big 12 title game in December.
Oh, where's that at?
It's in Dallas.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm taking my brother out to Seattle and Dallas that Thursday night. Big 12 title game Saturday.
You're like Drake. You're all over the place.
What can I say?
You're going. What you and I have a couple passions we both like. Cigars is one of them.
It is.
Strikes.
Yeah.
What is your favorite cigar? And what is a cigar if somebody bought you'd be like, thank you? Because cigars can be expensive if you smoke a few of them a day.
Yeah, so the Davidoff Late Hour is probably my favorite cigar. Retail $21 a stick.
Okay, that's a lot.
It's a good smoke. It's on the darker side. So you're definitely
especially football season. That's a lot.
Yeah, it definitely is. And by the way, when you're betting, just plowing right through it.
Oh yeah. You're doing it like potato chips.
Yeah, like potato chips.
You're going right through it.
I would say that Davidoff Late Hour is probably my favorite right now.
All right.
I don't even have to ask you because we all know what you smoke.
Yeah, Vega
You won't even
Phoenix.
try anything else.
No. I stick. I'm a creature of habit. I am. Black
Nothing
bands.
wrong with that.
Yeah, I am. I like a light cigar.
Yep.
And again, the price point's awesome. It's $7. So what am I doing?
Well, okay.
I mean, it's 1/3 of a lap dance.
Yeah,
So I look at it. You listen to Greek Podcast. You can get it on YouTube. Also, you get it with iHeart, with Real Radio. Check it out. Tequila 512, always our sponsor.
Big thank you to them.
Oh, yeah, always love these guys. Appreciate what they're doing. The other day was National Tequila Day.
Did you partake?
No, I do not. I'm not a drinker, but I do know it's a good quality and good product, this, and obviously our good friends at Tito's, so we love them. We're going to always go with them. But the NFL is the big thing people are talking about. Alabama, they had the SEC conference. Saban goes, hey, I was in Italy, and people came up to me, Roll Tide.
Yeah.
It's the first time they're a little bit behind. Like, they're not the big story.
Watch Media Day. The Tide have a lot of questions. As an Alabama fan, I'm very concerned about the quarterback position.
Now, who is supposed to be starting?
So Jalen Milroe, I believe, is supposed to be the starter, which I wholeheartedly disagree with.
Yeah.
It's a kid who can't throw the football, can only run. He's a very good runner.
Yeah.
But I believe that Ty Simpson should get the start there in Tuscaloosa. Now, they also have a kid now, Tyler Buckner's there. Tyler Buckner started a handful of games in Notre Dame last year and the year before.
Okay.
Tommy Rees leaves Notre Dame, goes to Alabama as the OC, and takes him with him. A lot of questions in Alabama.
Yeah. Definitely. I don't think they're going to. Georgia's just too. I think Georgia's schedule is a joke.
I don't even think it's the fact that Georgia's that good because they are that good. Georgia's schedule's that easy. But what I will say about this is Georgia could fall into the trap where whoever they play in the the playoff in the first round,
they lose.
They might lose because they're going to see nobody up to that point.
Yeah, the toughest game of the year, I think, is game 11 or game 12. They play Tennessee.
Or it'll be the SEC championship game against Alabama or Florida or whoever. It doesn't matter.
I think Notre Dame has a good year with that quarterback.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about the lack of weapons that he has, but he's awesome.
Yeah, he definitely is. When he steps up.
Year 2 of Marcus Freeman, they should be on the up and up.
Yeah.
I'll reiterate the fact that I love Florida State.
Yeah.
It's at a price too right now. If you want to bet, sprinkle a little bit on Florida State.
Now, I also think what a lot of the college teams, like I said, it breaks out and all of a sudden you're waiting to see what's going on. You talked about the first couple of games, Vanderbilt 28.
Vandy, Hawaii, baby.
Yeah, you're tired.
Can't wait.
When you're betting Hawaii in Vegas, I always said it's the last game on the board.
Not only that, though, I'm laying the 20 at noon against Navy from Notre Dame right now. Already putting it in.
Notre Dame's playing Navy?
Notre Dame Navy in Dublin, Ireland.
Ooh,
I'm going to pour myself a Guinness. Okay? I'm going to grab a Shamrock, put that bad boy in my pocket, and just say, go Irish. I
can see you doing that. There's no doubt about it. I can definitely see it. 21st game with the options, tough, though.
Yeah.
That scares me. Because Navy and Army, all they do is run the rock.
So they destroy the clock.
Yeah, and that's a bad time. And when you do that, that's not good.
No, but still, I'm expecting big things out of Notre Dame. I think it's a good spot for them.
Yeah.
Lay the 20.5.
All right. Well, you got some. We'll be doing picks all year long, but already you're getting a couple. You're getting there. Vandy and
already studying. Yep.
Yeah, I know. You're all over it already. Yeah, people are always on that.
Yeah.
Now, Brady, a couple things going on. You found another supermodel, Bradley Cooper's ex. Oh, God. So Bradley Cooper's like, I'm cool with it, even though he was an Eagle fan. There is a little snag in his ownership. The NFL cut a new rule, so they're going through a couple bumps of him buying into the Raiders. We'll see what happens with that. I'm sure they'll work it out, but there was a new rule that was just put in, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. And right away when it starts the speculation, well, then if he's not a part owner, will he come back and play?
Well, the thing is for the NFL, it's do you want Tom Brady to be around in football or do you not? Because he's somebody that has so many other options that if he's shunned from this, he'll just go do something else.
Yeah, and his name, he's going to be like Jeter.
Yeah, pretty much.
I believe that. I think he's
and they're going to want him around, so I'm sure they'll figure something out.
Of course. It's like, Montana was so great and one of the best quarterbacks people talk about it, but Montana just disappeared.
Yeah.
Like he didn't want to do anything.
And I don't think Tom wants to do that either.
No, I think he's going to be he might be in the broadcast booth. I don't know, though. He might say, I don't want to do that. It's a big commitment.
It is. Aikman's great. Romo is awful.
Yeah.
And I think Tom would probably be pretty good.
And it's surprised because everybody supposedly loves Romo, and Romo got $17 million.
Yeah, I don't get that. He's
making more broadcasting.
He definitely is. It wasn't insightful at the start. Now I find him annoying. Brady's probably going to be a pretty good broadcaster, so that option we know with Fox is definitely there. I just don't know if he wants to do that all the time. Yeah,
it's a lot of commitment. You got to be there 4 days, in each city. There's tons of meetings. These guys just don't come on and put the mics on. They're not like us.
No, you got to prep just like anything else.
Hours and hours.
Yeah.
And it's a full day that day, whenever the game is. And if it's a late night game or something like that, he's got to wear it at 4 o'clock. He's going to be there all day. Yep. So I don't know. I mean, they offered him, $35 million a year?
Yeah, it's
$350 million. That's a lot to walk away from. And again, we assume he's going to be good because he was a great quarterback. You don't know if he's going to be good.
Yeah, no, you don't know. Just like anything else.
No, you just have no doubt about it. But the NFL is coming closer. I think that's what people are more jacked up about and excited. Now, Kelsey and Mahomes, one of the best connections in the NFL. I don't know if you saw this. He tried to give Taylor Swift his telephone number. And
who did? Kelsey did?
Yeah.
Respect.
Yeah. He tried. She shut him down.
Big respect.
He said her bracelet was number on it. Like it was all diamonds with his telephone number on it. He's definitely the next Gronk.
I don't get the Taylor Swift thing, man.
Oh, me either.
She's a beautiful woman, but I just
people
don't get
go crazy.
Yep.
She's making like $20-30 million a concert.
I don't get that.
Yeah,
Very
but
strange.
I just think with him, he's just the next Gronk.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Yep.
Still a Hall of Famer all the way.
No doubt about it.
And if they get one more ring, then they got 3. And they've been in the Super Bowl a bunch of times, which is awesome.
And the other thing is he stayed healthy.
Yeah.
That was the kind of the negative for, people forget Jeremy Shockey. You and I talked about him this week. I think he could have been better than both of them. He just was very, very hampered by injuries. And Gronk got hurt a lot in his career too.
Yeah.
Kelsey's been very fortunate to stay healthy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing. You got to play.
Yep.
I mean, we talk about a lot
of
these
an attribute.
Yeah, it is.
Staying on the field is an attribute.
Oh, yeah. You talk about it. Lamar Jackson, I saw him yesterday press conference and say, hey, I got to stay healthy. I mean, because you're not playing. Okay.
So the analogy I'm going to use for that, and you tell me, you and I in the working world, if we can't show up to work, we're out of a job.
Yes.
And I understand why athletes are so given a pass while he got hurt. That's great, but you're not helping, your team.
Well, if you're hurt, though, you're hurt get an injury on the field, obviously. So you got to give the guy a chance to recoup and to get injured. And injury is part of the game. I mean,
No
it's
doubt
just
about it. But when you talk about paying somebody, like the Yankees are paying Aaron Judge all this money, and he's not on the field, I mean, it's very aggravating to me.
Oh, yeah. As a fan, I get it. But they're never going to stop paying him if they get hurt.
No.
There's no way because it's part of the game, and they figured out. And they also feel the guys don't want to not play. They want to be there.
I bet you if you asked Aaron Judge if this was a contract season, if he'd be on the field right now, he'd give you a different answer.
I know you said that. You might be right. I don't know. You never know.
Answer.
Because if it was a contract year, his odds, his numbers would be way down.
So look at Bellinger for the Cubs having a great season.
Yeah.
You think he batted a $145 2 years ago?
Yeah.
You know what this year is for him?
Contract.
Has he missed any games?
No.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, everybody's different.
And he'll sign his deal next year.
Yeah.
And then he'll be hurt and just batting 200 back again.
Well, they talk about it. I mean, it's your time to rise. I mean, it's like when their boss comes to see them. They're on time. The parking lot's covered. Everybody's dressed nice. Nobody's late. It's the same thing. It's your deal.
Very sharp. And then once that deal is confirmed and you're safe, you can breathe.
Oh, yeah.
That's
it.
Yep.
Well, you may not see it, but I think they should have went to year contracts years ago in all sports.
And, I think whatever happened to the competition in sports, you probably remember because you've seen it. How many guys had to worry about their job?
Yeah.
We brought the rookie in. He's going to push you. That does not happen anymore.
I still think it does. I think if there's somebody in camp who comes in and dazzles, they'll get him because they want to save money.
No way. If they're paying somebody a boatload of money.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I love Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
And this is a prime example. Tony Pollard was getting paid nothing. They should have probably said, Zeke, you're not playing at all next year. But he got paid so much last year that he was a focal point of the offense.
But in the NFL, the contracts are not guaranteed.
No, they're not guaranteed.
They could have did to Elliott what they did this year, last year.
That's correct. And they probably should have.
They could have did
Zeke,
that. But I think they felt the loyalty with franchises. We've seen it with Jeter, with Kobe. You know what? They want to give him that bird. Yep. I mean, you see when a guy does so much, you feel like the fan base is going to be like, are you kidding me? And also the fans, we know so much more today that we didn't know. What they're making, billions of dollars, millions of dollars. You see that.
Accessibility where they are.
It's unbelievable.
Very bad.
And I've always said, all the ball players make all the money, and they make a ton of money, and the owners deserve to make more. I get it. But you've never heard of one check bouncing.
Nope.
You never heard of, hey, put it on the 15th. I got to pay FP&L.
Yeah.
So they make it all. So they look at it like, hey, what the hell?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, so you're not seeing anybody where they're like, well, we're not really making it. Raiders had some problems a couple of years ago before they got to stadium. There was some speculation they weren't paying certain people, not their players, but their front office people. But buying a franchise in the NFL or having one, it's money to print.
Yeah, I think, and I've known a lot of kids who took this job out of college.
Yeah.
So a lot of guys that start in sports will be the ticket reps.
Yeah.
And they get paid nothing.
Yeah.
And that's really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys getting paid $100 million and they're
the cheerleaders don't get anything. They get $100.
It really is a joke.
I mean, you look at it, you say, what are you doing? But they look at it, you know what? This is a stepping stone. You're involved with the NFL, you're involved with the team, and then you could go on to other things.
Which could happen.
And the other thing, too, as long as there's somebody to do the job, they're going to keep it that way.
Yep.
The only time things stop in any situation.
When they have nobody to do it.
Yeah, if all of a sudden the casinos were empty, there'll be changes
coming. Yep.
Yeah, there'll be incentives.
That's why I say you hate your team, turn it off.
Yeah.
Don't buy anything and just turn it off.
Yeah, but people don't do it. No. They're more loyal to the NFL teams and college teams than they are some of their families.
Yep.
I mean, they definitely are. Now, Formula One's going to be in Vegas.
Yes, it is.
Now they started this new thing where they want to charge restaurants and bars unbelievable amounts of money, or they're going to put up lights and tents to block the view.
Yeah.
Like, how much is enough?
Not for them. Formula One's spectacle is unbelievable. Mm-hmm. I can't afford to go out to Vegas.
Oh, it's crazy.
And listen, if I was there, great, but it's not on the top of my list. I went down here in Miami. It's good enough for me.
Oh, yeah, you had a great thing.
Yeah, and Formula One's awesome. The event's great, but to me, it's the event. How many times are you going to watch cars go around the track?
Yeah. It's also about being there.
Yeah.
Because everybody's there.
Yep.
It was like that big party in the Hamptons. Everybody was there. All the
They paid
celebrities.
Formula One. They still do. They pay all these influencers to go to the event because they want them to post and pump it up.
Of course.
And Formula One's definitely an event now.
Oh, yeah, it's an event, but it's a who's who.
Yeah.
I mean, people are now, it's almost like
It's
a
cool.
lot of, I mean, it's like what certain golf events have been. Waste management, people just go. They really don't even know who
don't
wins.
care. They
Honda
don't
Classics
golf.
the same way. People are drinking, partying, hanging out. There's tickets. It's a place to network. They don't really care.
Nope.
I mean, they're just there. I mean, the sport's on there. Football, obviously, and the NBA and baseball, when they're watching, they're there to watch the game.
Yeah,
but
man.
those things, they're looking, and they're making so much money. Who cares?
Yep.
I mean, that's the way they look at it. Just like Messi comes down here, like we said, nobody was going to those games.
No.
Nobody was going.
Nobody went to those games.
No.
Now all of a sudden, sold out.
I always know when something's big, two things. I see jerseys walking around in South Florida, or I'll get a text from somebody I haven't heard from and ask me about tickets.
Yeah,
all
man.
the
We say
time.
it, yeah.
I mean, nobody asked me about Miami International tickets in soccer a month ago.
No.
I thought they had cool uniforms, and I thought that, the logo was cool, but you didn't hear anything.
No, give me
all of a sudden, I'm
tickets.
going to take Greek, you know anybody? Give me tickets. You have any pull? Nobody cares.
No.
Yeah, and everybody wants to be associated with the winner.
Yeah.
Panthers.
Same thing.
I mean, you know what? They're winning. The Heaters are winning. People want to go. Marlins are the only team,
Getting
and
better.
that is a little bit.
I think baseball gets hit, though, because of how long the season is.
Yeah, there's no
I think
doubt.
that's really what it is.
No, I said baseball should end.
Put it
years
this way,
ago.
if the Marlins have a home game in the playoffs or leading up to it where it actually matters to them to get in,
Yeah.
or they're in the playoffs, that place would be mobbed.
Yeah, it probably
It will.
would be. I think the playoffs they do all right, but I do think that I always said baseball should end the end of August, and the playoffs should be in September, and October Classic should be October Classic, not the first week of November.
Nah, it never made any sense to me.
But again, when you look at the owners, they're making so much money. I think the way preseason in the NFL. I said the other day, you may see where there is no preseason.
People still go, though.
Well, they go because they have to.
Yep.
Because you have to
You
buy the
get billed
ticket.
for the 2 games
You
now.
get billed. Yeah.
Or possibly one, because remember, they eliminated one of the preseason games, so it
you
depends.
get maybe 2 or 1.
Yeah.
You have to buy them.
Yeah.
If you didn't have to buy them, nobody.
No one's
would go.
going.
Yeah, but that was smart for them. They said, "You want season tickets? Yes. Well, you got to go to preseason."
Game. Yep,
So
yep.
then they look at it. It's grab it all.
And you can't sell the tickets because
No.
nobody wants them.
No, nobody wants preseason.
Unless you have really good seats, maybe you could sell them for like a discounted price and get some sort of money back. But
Years ago, I did bet preseason, and I used to go to some.
it's actually
games
very
that-
lucrative to bet if you know.
Oh, yeah.
If you follow the trends, who's
Yeah.
playing, who's not.
It's a little harder now because of the 3 games.
3 games are hard.
Yeah, because
But
when they
years
had
ago,
4,
you knew.
they never played 4.
That third game too was always a tune-up.
Yeah, that was a dress rehearsal. Yep. And 1 and 2 would progress. Now with 3 and they're shorter OTAs, and like you see things like guys are getting hurt left and right. They don't want guys to get hurt.
No.
And you see a lot of guys that don't play 1 down.
You got guys getting carted off in training camp.
Yeah, so they're like
OTAs.
Yeah,
let alone a game.
Yeah, so they don't even want to worry about it.
Yeah.
I think that's it. But
But I
other-
always love the preseason.
Oh yeah, the hard thing is though, the way the league is now, September is almost a preseason.
Yeah.
That's the way you look at it because these guys are not really ready, a lot
Yeah.
of them. They do work out all year long, obviously, but they look at it and they're like, I don't know. Dallas is your team. Martin, did they sign him?
Yeah, have to. No
Yeah.
doubt about it. He's the best guard in the league.
Yeah.
Best offensive lineman in the league.
Yeah.
No question.
All right, so the Marlins bounce back by the next time we do a thing? Do you think that? You don't think so?
No.
But the over is 74.5.
Yep, they're at 55 right now.
No. 55?
55 or 54.
All right, they're in good shape. I take that bet for
They
you
have
all
a
day.
brutal schedule. I mean, the fingers are crossed because the team needs it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They need some
I'll
sort of
take that
positive.
bet all day long.
All right.
It is the Greek Podcast, always sponsored by Tequila 512. Real Radio. You can always hear me on the Penthouse 92.1, 10 to 2, 12:30 The Gambler. You can get us on YouTube, always talking sports, cigars, life, atmosphere. And if you want to get involved, you can text us or get us on Instagram. We're not going to respond, but you could try. Have a great week, everybody. Peace, Mike.
Peace.